will allow me to talk about myself.
We love that.
If you know an actor who
Everything
doesn't
you wanna
love that, God. Sure.
My name's Tom.
Hi, Tom. How you doing? Mo, let's.
Which way should we do this? Okay.
Devon,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. And Lauren, nice to meet you. Brittany, nice to meet you. Yes. You all have very cold hats. What is that about?
It's the
We just
snow
got
outside.
fucking cold out, right?
Lucky to be in.
Yeah, but my cousins were actually going to run down from Calgary
Oh, okay.
and try to visit.
Yeah.
I mean, from Edmonton, rather.
Oh, Edmonton's great.
And the snow completely threw them off. Yeah. So,
I'd want to stay home too.
Yeah, I know. And apparently it's not going to be safe to go back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
I'm just recording. So this is Maruice LaMarche for everybody that's listening.
Oh, yes. Yes, hello. Greetings. Greetings, my friends. Pay attention to the sound of my voice, especially a hypnotic lull in the middle of it that will cause you to fall under my sway when I try to take over the world.
that's fantastic. So you're known obviously mainly for the Brain.
Mainly for the
You've got a
brain.
lot of other roles. One of my favorites, I got to point out right there, Orson Welles in The Critic. Tell me a little bit more about that role.
Well, Mike Reese and Al Jean created The Critic. And of course they filled it with many film parodies and you know, wacky situations for the critic to get involved with. But every now and again they did a little blackout, and they loved Orson Welles. And they knew that I used to just parrot the outtake tape. So they kept writing things for me. So it became rosebud frozen peas full of country goodness and green penis. Wait, that's terrible. I can't believe I said that. And so, you know, but then it became Mrs. Bell's fish sticks. They're even better when they're frozen. They're even better when they're dead. And that, you know, and Al continues to put Orson Welles in The Simpsons. So I probably play Orson Welles, you know, every 5 years for them. They just have a fixation on Orson Welles, and it's a lucky thing because I happen to do them. So
What do you
to
like
work
about,
with my friends, you know, it's great.
What do you like about coming to an expo like this?
Truly, the thing that's the best about it is all the stories of people who tell me that an episode of Pinky and the Brain, or Futurama, or The Critic, took them through a hard time. You know, they tell me it got them through an illness, a parent's illness, a parent's passing. I've had more than one tell me that they decided that day that was the day they were going to end it, and that the laughter that came from going home and watching one more episode of Animaniacs gave them the little endorphin lift that made them realize they didn't want to do it after all. Because, let's face it, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. So anything that can, you know, give you a lift on that day, God, I just feel honored that I played any part in that. I always tell them 108 people made that episode of Pinky and the Brain, but on their behalf, thank you for letting us know that you're all right.
What is it like being able to connect to fans like that? Because obviously I come over, I heard you talking, like, boom, there's me as a 6-year-old again watching that show.
Oh, gosh.
What's it like to have that connection through one specific character even?
Well, it's very edifying. You know, I mean, you don't know when you're doing it. You know, I didn't know when I was doing it 30 years ago that I was playing a part in something that would mean so much to people. I mean, I've been in a lot of shows that kind of came and went very quickly, and nobody remembers them. But to be in things this iconic and then to connect with people all this time later, you sort of feel like, okay, I guess I did something that was kind of useful. Because as Stan Lee says, if it wasn't for entertainment, people would go off the deep end. So so yeah, it does feel great. And I don't, you know, I never make anybody feel bad for saying, you know, I watched you when I was 3, and they're like, you know, 6'5". It's like time goes by, we all age. It'll be everybody's turn to get old. So I'm just glad to be old this way, you know, with people telling me I meant something.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Maurice.
You bet, you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks very much.